swords, all sorts. I get forward with force, I endorse any sources nearby ports in these bars. Yo, throw me some beers, I'ma go with these odds till I see stars, till I be me. Large stream, 3 yards, till you see me acting like a retard.
Hello again, welcome to Barsh Gaming. I'm John.
And I'm Chris.
And today's review, we are going to review my keychain. Oh wait, no, that's not what we're doing. We're reviewing a very nice graphics card actually. I'm quite a fan myself. The Sapphire HD 7970 AMD rating, I should say. Unboxing.
We've already unboxed it.
Yeah,
so
we've already unboxed it, but
there's not much point in doing that on camera. So we'll cut to all the components and all that kind of stuff off camera, so you don't have to put up with that kind of junk. What we'll do is probably take you in for a closer look at the box.
yeah, it's a good box.
John will take it to you.
Standard Sapphire boxing, which, you know, everybody likes a sexy army chick. Obviously, because it's a bit bigger of a card, it's a bit bigger of a box, but that's that.
I think it states, when we got it, I think it states 925 on the engine clock, but going through CCC, Catalyst, it stated that it was 950, and the effective memory clock was 1425, so what's that, 5.7 gig or whatever. Yeah, so now that you've seen the box,
let's
we'll show
get
you
the
the
card.
bundle, and yeah, alright.
Alright, so here's what you got in your little bundle box with it. Well, first we'll go through all the cables and whatnot they give you. So you got yourself a DVI to VGA adapter. Why not? A Crossfire bridge, so if you're going to run 2 of the beasts or 2 of anything, you can throw that on. This one you've got a 2 Molex to 8-pin adapter, which is a little bit different, but not a bad thing. You got a Molex to a 6-pin here, and a 1.8 meter HDMI cable, which you don't usually see added in as a standard, but it's nice to see it added in. You got your warranty, so keep that as always. Quick installation guide, so if you want it to be long, well, if you want it to be long, that's spewing. Driver installations, always keep your drivers up to date. Try not to stick on betas, I'd say, but obviously use that, but then keep up to date with by the web page, and then just your product registration and whatnot. But all in all, pretty looking bundle. Sapphire always comes through with a pretty good packet, enough to keep you going. All right, so here's the card itself. Beautiful piece of work, I do believe. So we've taken some measurements. We got 29 centimeters long, 11 centimeters high, and 4.5 centimeters wide. So it is a big card, but they've made it a very nice looking card. So the one thing I will say that flip it around back, PCB. One thing that you see in some of the other cards is backplate. It should be a standard across the whole high range of graphics cards, I think, but I'm sure they'll get there with an add-on eventually. But all in all, I'm a big fan of this card. So this is a view looking at the card from top angle. Basically, this is how it will look sitting in your case. Made it look quite nice. So have a look at. They got a 8-pin power there, 6-pin power, PCIe, sorry, and the recommended power supply for this is 500 watts. Alright, another view of the card, looking a long way. So obviously this here is the end that you will see poking out the back of your computer, I should say. So your inputs, you got 2 DVI ports here, you got your HDMI, and you got your DisplayPort adapters and these finger holes. Nice. Oh wait, that's a vent. Yeah, nice. But yeah, so if you do plan on going with an iFinity setup, it's well equipped to keep you going with 3 to 4 monitors setup with just that card itself. Alright, now quick view of the back of the card. It's a blue PCB. Not to say it's ugly or anything, but yeah, it doesn't compare with the great shroud that they've put on there and whatnot. It's just what I was saying before. Backplate, fantastic idea. Sapphire, get onto that. So yeah, I mean that's pretty self-explanatory. I'd love to tell you what every circuit does, but I don't know. So we'll go into the benchmarks now, I believe.
bottle. Drinking here, put your glasses up. Up, 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 up for my bottles. My bottles, look, my bottles. My bottles, look, my bottles. My bottles, look, my bottles. Yeah, yeah. Whiskey remix like a phoenix, feeling reborn. Watching porn, seeing three tits, fearless in the beer. See this so we gets, we need beer like vehicles, they helix. We sip at the bar, raising to these lips. We feel like Scarface, we pissed, heelish, Swedish beer. My Adidas lead me with speed to wherever beer be. Cause my bottle, give me 3 wrists, 3 sixes in the Sesky as we fish. My bottle, beat me to the floor like fish. We twist these caps, we smash the meat liquid. James Christ going there. You boys made a name. Cubas vintage jam. On deck, give me that bag. This fine summer's day. Drinking Matilda Bread. Let's sway. Miller genuine, crack one and then get into a bend. Helping you commit the sins. Gonna hit the substandard thing from the rear end. Guess that the fans do your goggles got lenses. You get your drinks in tins, my friends. Is you drinking in your houses, drinking in your beds? Does you understand when I said I'm sick of getting head? All I want is to go to shower wet in my chest. Hope my bottle with the tight grip, and I won't let no shitty interrupt sips. Check you get in the chick with least after tip just to look like a prize.
So after looking at the benchmarks, well, conclusion is it's a powerful card. Most of the 3D mark in the Unigine Heaven, it is kind of neck and neck throughout with the 670, which is more or less to be expected. The one odd thing I think that we found with it was, if you actually had a close look at the charts, was the Battlefield 3 frames were quite low for what the card is. All the other games it blitzed right up there, but the Battlefield 3, and we did roll the driver back because we were in a 12.9 beta Catalyst driver on that one, so we rolled it back to 12.8 and tried it out, and it made like 2 frames difference, so nothing basically. Yeah, don't really have an explanation for that one, but you find that sometimes with certain games, and in a really weird way, it's meant to be a AMD supported game, but the Nvidia cards tend to outperform the AMD cards. In a lot of Nvidia games, you'll find the AMD cards outperform, such as Metro 2033. If you have a look at the benchmarks, AMD, like the 7970 was, outdid the 680. So it's a weird thing, and I don't really have a full explanation for it, but all in all, some impressive benchmarks, and the one that I think to be the most impressive was a peak temperature. 61 degrees as a peak temperature, and we were stressing this card as best we could throughout everything, and 61 is, for a high-end graphics card, is just mind-blowing. So I was thoroughly impressed with that.
It's a shame that we don't have another 7970 to compare the temps to, but I wouldn't be surprised if that blitzes everything. And that's pretty natural of Sapphire. Their coolers, all the ones we've tested, have been absolutely impeccable when it comes to temperatures. It's just off the scale. It's really, really good. Yeah, just reiterating on what John said, the 7970, when you're comparing it to the Nvidia cards of the equivalent sort of price range, this very much bounces between sort of the 670 and 680, but you do get much fluctuation between the performance of different games, like you saw in Sniper Elite V2. It beat the 680. In Metro 2033. If you guys have watched any benchmarks before, AMD cards typically do better on that, despite the fact that it's an Nvidia title, like John said.
Strange thing, yeah.
And then vice versa for things like Battlefield 3. Dirt 3, you'll find that AMD cards don't do as good as Nvidia cards, despite the fact that it's an AMD supported title. So it's a bit of a strange one, but it's definitely a highly capable card.
Sapphire's done a good job with their coolers. So.
And another thing also to add to the 7900 series in particular is that they don't have a locked voltage, just like the Kepler GPUs, which is a pain in the ass. This one you can overclock. We didn't do any benchmarks on this. This is going to a customer. It's actually going into this PC right behind me. But yeah, easily overclockable. I've seen many videos and reviews that support that idea too. So definitely bear that in mind. Yeah. That's the phone.
Ring, ring.
We're going to ignore that. I do apologise for that.
Home phone.
So trying to ignore the phone at the moment, but yeah, anything else to add after that?
Nah, it's pretty much summed up pretty well. It's yeah. I mean, personally myself, looking at a high-end graphics card, I highly recommend this one. I love the card. Pretty much everything about it.
Add a backplate, it's perfect.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, some good BF3 frames. So I do play that game.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a weird.
conclusion.
It'll probably get sorted out with drivers. You find that a lot with things, but that one I found odd. But aside from that, brilliant.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Love you all. Thanks for your support.
See you later.